CBS 5 Investigates told you exclusively last week about a troubled summer youth program run with federal stimulus money. The teenagers were working part-time, but they hadn't been paid as promised. Well, now officials say the kids are getting their money, but there are more questions about that program. Investigative reporter Anna Werner back tonight with what happened when she tried to get some answers to those specific questions. Anna?
Right, Alan, and you could start with just one question. Just what are the political connections behind a program that was supposed to help Oakland teens, but made a lot of kids and their families unhappy?
It's very upsetting to me.
Lachelle Johnson says she doesn't understand how a summer youth program could be run so poorly. The paperwork snafus meant her 17-year-old niece Phoebe wasn't paid for weeks.
I don't think it's right for them to work. They should have had their program together before they worked these kids hard like this.
Phoebe and other students signed up for the Oakland Green Civic campaign to learn new skills like cooking and get paid for their part-time work. Federal stimulus dollars fund the summer program along with 12 others in the city. And the idea for the program came from a familiar face, Sheila Wells, the wife of former Oakland Mayor Elihu Harris. But 6 weeks after the program's start, CBS 5 Investigates found it wasn't running smoothly. Both the students and their culinary director, Steve Rowland, still had not been paid. After our story ran, the current mayor's office said it would get to the bottom of all this.
There are a number of details about this situation that haven't gone the way they should have. We want these youth to get paid.
And tonight, spokesman Paul Rose says the majority of those teens have received the money they were owed. But we wanted to know more about how the program was set up in the first place. It runs out of Laney College, part of the Peralta College's system. And in city documents, the Peralta Foundation is listed as the Green Civic Campaign's partner. And at a meeting held to discuss the program's problems earlier this week, who showed up? Along with founder Sheila Wells, nearly half the Peralta Foundation's board, including Wells' husband, Elihu Harris. Why? Because along with being chancellor of Peralta Colleges, he's also executive secretary for the foundation, the same foundation that's in partnership with his wife's program. Hi, Anna Werner with Channel 5. Could I talk to you for a minute? Harris didn't want to answer our questions about that.
I wanted to ask if you're concerned at all about questions about conflict of interest, given that that's your wife's program and you're on the foundation board of directors. Are you concerned about that at all?
That was left up to Foundation Board President Mark Lindquist.
Is it even appropriate for the foundation to be involved with Ms. Wells' vision, as she calls it, given that she and Mr. Harris are married? I mean, is that really even appropriate?
Well, she was a volunteer. The foundation agreed to help support a mayor's youth summer program, and I think in general they did a good job.
A good job, he claims, getting kids training under a program with too strict federal guidelines.
Are you saying that you're satisfied with the performance of this program?
I would just say that there were issues, and it's an extremely onerous program, and the guidelines were extremely onerous, and I see that the corrections are being made, and that all students that were eligible and ineligible are going to be paid by this Friday.
And as they say, most of the kids have now been paid. Now, Lindquist denies that the foundation is spending any of its own money on that program, but we've learned that they did pay some expenses up front and are expecting reimbursement. And still left hanging is culinary director Steve Rowland. After he spoke out to us about problems in the program, he told us that last Sunday Sheila Wells fired him. Then she told us not really, he'd be getting his check for the $10,000 they owe him right away. Well, that was earlier this week. Rowland told us today he still hasn't seen a check. So he's left hanging. Now, Wells says, well, I'm a volunteer. There's no conflict with myself and my husband. Everything's above board. The foundation says, well, you know, we're just supposed to watch over the stimulus money. But it's very clear there were problems in the program, and there are a lot of unanswered questions.
And a lot of money at stake here as well.
Stimulus money and transparency is the buzzword. So.
Yeah, taxpayer money.
Right.
All right, Anna, thanks.